Yes, it's that time again. Tune into Taking It Too Far podcast. Let's have a laugh with 3 P's in the pod. Funny stories and bad interviews with 3 P's in the pod. Good times are right here. Taking It Too Far podcast. No need to be politically correct today. Let's take it nice and easy. The best friends are here to make your day. It's a Taking It Too Far podcast.
Welcome. I'm Brandon.
La Laura.
Adam.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share. I thought you were saying like, share.
Like
I do. I like share, but like this video on Facebook, or not Facebook, but YouTube. Anyways, back to the podcast.
I thought you were saying it was like Adam was like share because he had one name.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought at first.
Well, yeah, and he took so long to get here. He's like, I'm on my way, and then 85 minutes later,
It wasn't.
he shows up in like
He
a
wasn't
gay
early.
little blue car.
He was not early.
I was not early.
You all right, buddy?
Here? Yes, I am. I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Can you talk about something?
No, it's just a crazy week. Crazy couple weeks. No, not a bad way.
It's a crazy week for you. For
Yeah,
some
I do
reason.
have crazy weeks, yes. Not the grandma thing. That's been keeping us pretty busy. She got sent home on hospice last week, so
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah, it's no fun.
Not at all. But everything else is going wonderful.
Good.
Typical teenage drama, which is amazing. 'Cause
Newlywed fucking.
yeah, that's nice.
We're going to talk about that. You can't say that. Now I have to block it out.
Oh,
Why?
You guys got to wait 5 minutes.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, well, now I got to block it out. Now we're talking about it.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
I apologize.
Can't you just say, like, newlywed love making?
Newlywed whoopee making.
Whoopee.
Yeah, right?
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Whoopee doopy.
My
Well,
mom used to call duppies, like, that was your butt.
Duppies?
Like a duppa. That's another name for butt. Duppa.
Never heard that one.
I hated it. She'd be like, let me get your duppa.
I've never heard that either. That's
That
wild.
one's different. Yeah.
Little duppy.
Doesn't make any
Pinch your
gosh
duppy.
darn sense, Laura.
Well, that's
Golly.
what she called it.
No,
Your duppa.
you're making it up.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
I think that one's.
It's a duppa.
You dreamed that one day. I'm not sure.
What have you been up to? You've been
No,
oddly nice. So I'm assuming something's wrong. Are you dying?
always.
Just checking.
I'm being oddly
Told me
nice.
to be safe. He's been like very
Those
friendly.
were automatic text messages.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would
Well, that
never
makes me
say
feel-
stuff. I would never type something like that out.
Unless it was to me.
Right.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Really?
I've typed out "be safe" to you.
You hesitated, so you're lying.
Why? Because hesitation means lyeration.
Because if you stop what you're doing and you go,
No, I didn't think about it. I want to make an educated answer. I'll just throw the first thing out, you know? I
Is
don't
that
wanna lie
Tony
to you.
Romo?
Yeah, it's Tony Homo.
God, I hate that guy.
He's a pretty good announcer, though. But,
Is he?
you know, you don't know anything about
I haven't
football.
like. That's yeah.
Stay in your lane.
Sorry, I just noticed from back when I actually
Why
watched.
are you
football.
watching the TV? You're on a podcast.
It was on. It's on. I looked up and there. I'm done.
Oh,
quit.
he's done
I
already. Quit.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't quit.
so tell the uneducated girl in the room, which one was Tony Romo? The one with the dark hair or the
Yeah,
one with
he's the
light
one
hair?
he's the one that dated Jessica Simpson, and like his whole career went down the drain.
The one that was closer to Brandon
So
Yeah.
and the
with
one
dark
that
hair.
sucked.
Yeah, he was a Dallas
Got it.
Cowboy that Jessica Simpson started coming around and
The younger looking mofo.
That one.
sucking him off and making him not a good quarterback. You can't get sucked off and be a good quarterback, you know? You got to go in there with
You have to have a little bit of pin up.
Yeah, you got to pin it up, baby.
Yep.
She's probably sucking him off right before he like left the locker room.
You can't do the pregame blowjob. That'll.
She was
fuck
taking
up
the
your whole
pre-cum
chi.
and everything.
I saw a picture of her the other day with the caption that said she's been sober since 2017. I didn't know that she got
Yeah, she got real big.
sober.
She got real big.
I didn't know that she
was drunk on a few ads.
I
There's
had
been
heard,
a few. There's like a few live appearances where she's been pretty fucking tipsy.
I remember hearing that she had a problem with drinking, but I don't care, so I didn't really pay much attention, you know?
Well, when you're the third best in the world, you know, comes that toll. Yo, Britney Spears posted today.
She looks great, though, was my point.
Oh, Britney Spears posted today about how like it's something about Taylor Swift.
I
like-
did see that.
And then at the end, it was like, "P.S. Mom, you left these 3 dolls and a blah blah blah, and you took them out, and like I don't even want them. So like there, what?" It like was like this huge thing about how cool Taylor Swift is, and then at the end, it was just like, "Yeah, well, fuck you, Mom."
What?
It was the weirdest thing I've ever read. I mean, I was just like, "Whoa, that went like sideways really fast."
Her whole life went sideways really fast.
Yeah, man, she's something else.
I feel bad about her.
Dancing with them knives and stuff. Do you feel bad for her?
I think she's still doing okay.
Why do you feel bad for her?
Because I watched this thing the other day where it showed her like at 16, and then it showed her at 17, and then it showed her at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You know what I mean? Like through the years. And then it showed her the other day when she was like flashing like the knives around dancing on Instagram. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like she just, you could see the life force just draining out of her through the years.
It's a lot of fame. I mean, a lot of people that get fame young go through, they just don't understand.
Do you think it was the satanic rituals or Justin Timberlake?
It was that dick.
Because it could have been the satanic
I think
rituals.
It was the media and the sensationalism.
Those weren't the choices. It was a multiple choice, and media wasn't one of them. Do you think it was JT or the satanic rituals? She's in the Illuminati. You knew that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, she's throwing up the
Pretty much everyone from the Mickey Mouse Club was.
Illuminati. The Mickey Mouse is the Illuminati.
I'm starting to think.
Walt Disney. They said they're shutting down Disney Plus
I think you should stop
Are they?
talking now before our house gets attacked.
by Satanisms.
They're shutting down.
By Disney. Big
Yeah,
Disney is going to
Fucking
fuck us up.
Mickey Mouse, who South Park said started Corona from fucking that bat with Stan, or not Stan. Who's the dad? Damn it, something Marsh.
What are you talking about?
You've never seen that
Rick
South Park?
Marsh? Is it Rick?
No.
Oh, South Park. No.
You never seen that South Park episode? It's all about the guy that started Integrity Farms. He ends up like
It's
trying.
Stan Marsh.
No, Stan's a little kid.
Oh.
I don't know. I can't. Randy.
Randy.
And he like tries to sell weed to China, so he ends up going over there with Mickey Mouse somehow, and then like Mickey Mouse turns out to be a real dirtbag, and he like ends up like fucking this bat in an alley, and then so does Randy. Randy was fucking the bat too, and then that's how Corona started.
I have not watched South Park much.
South Park's hilarious.
I've laughed, but I just can't sit down and watch cartoons.
American Dad hits the spot for me though.
Oh.
I laugh. Yep, show your boobs.
No, I have something like eyeliner on my shirt, and I just went to go like get it off, and it just smeared.
I laugh so hard at American Dad, dude.
My daughter watches it. I don't.
You're missing out, man. American Dad's probably one of the funniest things on TV. Roger is.
That's the alien.
I think Francine's hilarious.
Francine matches my wife so. There's so many times where like Francine will say some shit. I'm like, fuck, man, that's my. God dang, that's Laura. They were like, there's a whole episode where Stan thinks he's Noah, and they all don't like want to agree with Stan, but then Francine ends up agreeing. She's like, there was an alpaca I wanted to pet anyways. Like that's it's fucking Laura. She would just agree just so she could pet the animals.
She's like, I think that Steve really believes in you, and I'm really happy that you gave him that. So thank you. And also, I really want to pet this alpaca.
I'll have to watch the show, I guess. I'll put it on the list.
You won't watch it. You're such a liar and a whore.
Stop watching the game and talk.
I'm talking. Why? I'm watching the game. They're punting for some reason. Lions are winning, but not by much anymore. That's a game. You're the one that decided to do it during football.
I didn't decide to do shit.
Yeah, you did.
I
You're
just got off
you
of
know what
work.
I'm going to do? I'm going to ruin their day of football.
I can't win.
It's Thanksgiving next Sunday, so are you going to be able to make it?
What?
Huh?
Thanksgiving next Sunday.
Isn't it?
No, Thanksgiving is always on a Thursday.
I forgot about that tidbit about Thanksgiving.
Is it next week?
We will be
Yeah.
doing a party bus shuttle on
This
Wednesday.
comes out.
seen
This
that. I
comes
shared
out
that.
that day.
I
This
shared
comes
that.
out today. We'll be doing a shuttle in the town of Kokomo, which no one else cares about because you're national.
I shared that with you guys, though. I like your little ads you guys have been coming up with. That's pretty neat.
Thanks.
Yeah, I've been drawing them. You know.
Shut up.
All my ideas. I've been telling him what to draw, what to write.
Yep.
I haven't read any of them. I just seen them, and I thought they looked cool.
Laura comes out. I tell Laura, "Hey, come up with 30 ideas," and Laura comes up with 30 ideas with hashtags, everything. It's crazy what she
Yeah.
can output, and then we take it, and then she, I give her some words, and then she shits out a picture. It's crazy.
I tell him, I say, do this, this, and this, and then Brandon draws it all up. It's amazing.
Oh, I draw it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's my idea, but you draw it.
Yeah.
You're the artist.
Yeah, I'm an artiste over here. I'm an artiste with these keyboard fingers.
We're a great team.
Yeah. The things you can do nowadays, dude. People don't realize how. They keep playing this commercial upside down and it's pissing me off. I feel like someone did something wrong, but every time they play it, it's upside down. Because it's CSI
It is.
Down Under.
Oh, is that what it
It's
is?
going down under.
Maybe it's supposed to be like that.
I feel like it is, but that's annoying. Why is it upside down? Because it's down under? Shouldn't it be like, I don't know, garbage off the TV?
Weird.
I hate you.
Thanks. What'd I do this time? Just sign up?
I don't know. We were talking about you last night.
Uh-oh.
We were?
Yeah.
I don't recall.
We were talking about the podcast, remember? How we were going to get Yoko Ono'd.
You guys
were.
are still worried about that?
I wasn't. You were.
No, you agreed.
No, I didn't.
Full-heartedly.
I did not. I said
You're the
no.
one that actually brought up the term Yoko Ono.
No, I did not. You did.
Why are we still on it? What now?
What?
You're just afraid I'm going to quit? Still?
I'm not afraid. I mean, like, take it or leave it, but...
Damn. Now that I know that I'm special.
You're not going to quit. We've been doing this for 70-some episodes. This would be 78 or something.
Actually, I do recall slightly saying how great we all vibe together.
For sure.
So not take it or leave it. We love you. We don't want you to
I
go
thought so, but, him,
We love you.
I'm not going anywhere.
Feel special because
I'm
you
not
are
going-
special.
I'm not going anywhere until I hit the lottery and move, and then I'll bring you guys if you want to go.
Yeah.
We're going to Tennessee. We're not going nowhere. We're going to the mountains.
All right. I'm fine with that.
Okay. The
Buy me a
base of the mountain.
four-wheeler.
Oh, there'll be four-wheelers to be had.
Yeah.
As long as you don't call them quads. The douchebags that are like, come ride my quad.
I call him a
I
quad.
grew up calling them quads.
Yeah, I call it a quad.
And then
Four-wheeler.
when I moved here, no one knew what I was talking about. Everybody was like, what's a quad? What's a quad? You mean a four-wheeler?
Yeah.
Oh, a four-wheeler. Yeah, okay, a four-wheeler.
Yes.
I was like, okay. So I started saying four-wheelers.
I hate
And
that when
now
people
I
say
say
that.
four-wheeler, and it sounds weird to say quad.
We got to get the quads out. Shut up.
Why do you hate that, Adam?
I don't know. I probably the same. She moved here, and that's all. Nobody called him that.
It
Except for
sounds weird now to say
that's
that.
because it is weird.
But growing where I grew up, everybody said, it was two different things. If you were going four-wheeling, you were getting in a truck. or a Jeep.
It's like,
Right.
we call that mudding.
Mudding.
We call it four-wheeling. If you were going quadding, you were getting on a quad and going quadding.
Gotcha. Either way, when I hit the lottery, we will not be quadding shit. You can ride the four-wheelers all day long. But yeah, in the trucks
Get
it
off
was
your
always
phone.
in the trucks it was always mudding or wheeling. We're gonna go out wheeling, dicking around. So
My favorite thing to do is to get in a truck or a Jeep in the middle of the woods when it's snowing and create paths, like go real slow and make paths in the woods.
yeah.
I don't like to drive. I just like to sit there on the passenger seat and
Yep.
ride.
I like to go through fields, go like drift busting and stuff like that. We used to do all that. Just take off. You'd be driving down a country road and just take off in the middle of the field.
Oh, that's cool. I've never done that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I've never lived around where you could do that, where you could just take off in a field.
Andy used to do that shit with his Jeep.
Now that I pay actually buy my own shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I never had anybody buy me a vehicle, but when you're young and dumb and you don't give a shit.
Young,
that I got a
dumb,
little-
and full of cum.
Now I got a little nicer vehicle, and
Whoa.
I know that if I blow a tire, I got to replace it. Like I don't have
Yeah.
anybody that I will fix it and then I can pay him back type deal. Nope, it's just broke until I can fucking repair it. So
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of gumption to go out and tear up my shit anymore. I wish I did. I wish I had a beater truck that was just for that. We used to fuck shit up, man. It was a great time.
That was my favorite thing to do, was just go riding out in the woods.
Speaking of being rich, we went on a deep dive about somebody. Like, it's fun to deep dive on people and what the internet can tell you
Okay.
about people. And then you find out things like, oh, that's why.
Care to elaborate?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, not really without revealing anything, but like we just like went on a deep dive with somebody because it was the interesting person.
That you know,
Not really, kind of. Not really, though, no.
but local?
Sure.
It's a local acquaintance of ours.
Yeah, and he's just mysterious person.
We don't really know them. We wanted to know more about who they
I
are.
stalked him. And I've been doing that lately with people.
You've been stalking people?
Well, not stalking, but just like I find a person's name and like I'm like, oh, I want to find everything about these people, and like I'll search them, like the companies they own and yada yada yada, and I found a lot out. And then you're like, man, this person have so much money, and then you find out that nope, because there's an ex-wife involved.
Yeah.
I suppose you're just gonna leave us all hanging here.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm not gonna call anybody out. It's somebody's life, but you can do your own research. But it's just crazy. It's just like this person is supposed to have all this money, and then like boom, you're like, oh, someone's taking him for half or more. You know what I mean? Like, could
Usually
possibly
it's more
take-
than more. Or
Yeah,
half.
it could possibly be more. So
Well, actually, the person's not supposed to have all this money. We were wondering why they didn't have all this money.
yeah. But hey, man, you can find so much stuff out on the internet if you know like the right places to look.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude.
Like on just anybody? Any average?
I mean, anybody that like owns stuff. You know what I mean? Like I could probably find out about you. I mean, only much. You own a house. That's about it.
I don't have nothing. You can. It won't
That's
be a
what
very
I'm saying.
deep dive.
It's mainly like stuff like that. Like you own something. Start a
Diving into
company.
the kiddie
or,
pool.
or you got arrested, or all that stuff's on the internet. You got engaged or divorced, or
Yeah.
all that stuff is searchable.
Public information.
Yeah, it's public in talks. I just go down these rabbit holes, and then like
Why? Why do you?
I end up like going to the ex-wife's Instagram. It's just like I'm like, what am I doing?
Is there? I mean, why? Why do you do that?
I don't know. What else am I gonna do?
I guess.
I don't know if it's like exciting for me. I guess.
But not every engagement is always in the paper. Like sometimes people get engaged and that's not in the paper.
We never put ours in.
9 times out of 10.
I was engaged and that wasn't in the paper.
With who?
My ex who...
No, you weren't ever engaged before this. Don't speak like that.
Okay. You're right.
I was never engaged, but I was in the paper a few times
I've been in the paper a couple of times.
You were in the paper for being engaged.
and arrested. Been in the
Oh,
paper
was yours after
twice.
18?
Yeah, I've been arrested a lot after. I'd never been arrested prior.
How many times you been arrested? How many times you been arrested?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah, enough to be in General Pop. This guy talking about cooking, and I'm like, yeah, I like cooking too, man. He's like, oh, yeah, man, how do you cook? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, what are you talking about? Like spaghetti sauce? He's like, I'm talking about meth. Like, we're talking about two different things, homie. We come from two different worlds. And then he proceeded to tell me all his football picks for the week. I hated it.
Were you scared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, my daddy's coming to get me anytime. Please, let me go home.
I got in trouble one time, and the cops did not take me to jail. They took me
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
Yeah, we heard that. You told us that
We
story.
know all about that blonde hair privilege.
I may have gotten in. I've spent the night in a place that I wasn't very
Oh,
comfortable
shit,
with.
man. They just scored.
I was very scared, though. I was very scared. And I remember them saying, like, where do you want us to take you? And I was like, what do you mean you're not going to take me to jail? And they were like, do you want to go to jail? And I was like, no, I do not. And I was terrified, because I really thought I was going to go. And oh my God, I was terrified. I would not last a second in jail.
Yeah, I hate it every time. Have you been?
I got arrested one time. Spent the night
Juvie or jail?
jail.
Howard
But
County?
I was a minor, so they put me in solitary.
Now, me and Jimmy went to jail a few times.
Really? See,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
remember-
all my charges, everything that was against me was dropped. I mean, it was one of those, we'll teach them a lesson type deal, and it worked, by God, because my ass stayed the fuck out of there.
Yeah, mine was all alcohol. All of it was alcohol related, every single one of them. I remember picking Jimmy up from the jail one time. He had got sent to jail in Kansas City, and then they transferred his ass from Kansas City to Indiana
For
like
another charge.
another 6 months. Yeah, he just bailed out. He just moved to Kansas City and didn't go to court, didn't do any of that. He just like, fuck that, I'm not going back. Well, he got in trouble in Kansas City, and then they were
They
like, well, you got
extradited
a
him?
warrant in Indiana, so guess where you're going right after this sentence. So I picked him up, and I don't know if you remember Jimmy, but the dude was always clean shaven. Like, he never had a beard. This dude had like a bigger beard than me right now, and I'm like, what the fuck? He just didn't take care of himself in jail.
I'd be so scared that like somebody would beat me up. Like
Jimmy
the
can hold his own.
Second that I walked in.
He can probably hold his own. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think Howard County's big on.
I don't.
That was
I
a long
honestly-
time ago too.
I never made
so
it to general population, so
there's a lot less Chicagoans in the area back then.
I went, like I said, for the night. I was in the solitary unit or whatever.
Yeah, so you didn't even go get like food. I got food and everything.
Oh,
man.
I got food. They brought it to you,
Oh no, I was in a
but
cell.
I didn't go to the chow line or nothing like that.
I had a cellmate. I was the one that talked about the fucking meth.
I was
What
there.
food did you get?
Junk. I remember giving half it to the guy. Cause like we were in the cell eating it, and I'm like, "Why are we in here?" I was just so confused. I just didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I remember like green beans and something else, and I was like, I think it was like, man, I don't remember, but I was like, you can have this. I don't want it. I was like, well, if you're not gonna eat, I definitely will. Dude was on like his second life sentence. It's crazy. It's like I didn't even know you could do 2 life sentences.
In jail?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, that doesn't.
He's probably on his way. He's in trial.
He may have been.
He
yeah.
was on trial for his second life sentence.
I don't know. I was in.
I was in there for fucking public intox, and I'm with a double axe murderer or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
The guy that was across from me was the guy that killed that old woman by ramming his. It scared me straight. I'll put it that way.
Did he fuck you?
No, I was in a room by myself.
I remember that in the drunk tank. There's that fucking I remember being in a drunk tank the first time, and it was like 12 people in there. It was me and Jimmy. It's always me and Jimmy, seems to be. And we sure as fuck were calling Jimmy's mom. She wasn't gonna do shit. So like we gotta call my mom. Like we gotta figure something out. And I was like, I don't want to call my mom. I remember like 3 people in jail like, bro, you gotta call your mom. You ain't getting out of here unless you call your mom. And I'm like, what the fuck? But not to not my knowledge, people had already called my mom before I got a hold of her. So she already had a little skinny on what was going on. She was not too happy. And she did not bail Jimmy out.
Oh, yeah?
Nope. Poor guy had to stay in there for 3 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy went, and I was sitting there. It was clearly, I mean, they had nothing. I wasn't in the wrong. I was just with the wrong people, you know.
Yeah. Wrong time, wrong place, huh?
I mean, definitely.
Sure.
I definitely shouldn't have been doing what I was doing.
Sure.
But as far as laws that were broken, I didn't break any laws.
Okay.
So, allegedly, there may have been some herbal supplements, but you know, whatever. And then, but what they took me in for was nothing. And then I sat there, and my uncle, he was in the military, and he happened to be home when I went, and they called my grandma because I was living there. And man, that cop looked over and said, you know, your uncle said your ass is grass when you get out of here. I'm seeing if he wants to pick you. I said, you can leave me here. I don't want to go. I don't want to go home. It's fine. I'll stay here and let him cool off.
Yeah.
Which was his fucking plan to begin with. Mm-hmm. And because they told him they can come get me anytime. They went through the whole thing, and that sucked. I'm not gonna lie, scared me straight. So I stayed out of trouble. Changed who I was hanging out with. I mean, I was still friends with those people. Our friend RJ was one.
I
of
know.
them. Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
he was one of them.
Your mom was mad when you got in trouble?
Oh, yeah, several times. I mean,
Did she yell at you when you came home?
Yeah.
She wasn't like, oh my God, I'm just so glad you're okay.
No, I feel like she didn't yell. She just didn't talk to me. I feel like that was her. My mom wasn't much of a yeller. It was more like, I'm just not going to talk to you. That was hurtful. The second time, or like the third time I went to jail was Missouri, and they just like booked me and let me out. I was like, what?
RO'd you?
Yeah, they just were like, it was a small town. And it just had, I remember it was just like the Andy Griffin Show kind of cells, where they just had like cells in the thing. Like bars.
So what, did you have to pay a fine?
I don't even remember. I went to court, hired a lawyer or whatever, and went to court. The court was like in this big room. It wasn't even a court. Again, it's a small town. It's like a college town. So like DUIs all the time probably. And I just had to pay a fine. And then they said I had to do some class, and then I never did the class. And then like years later, Missouri had suspended my license, and then they were like, well, you just owe us $200. And I was like, okay. That was it. I've gotten lucky on my DUIs.
You have more than one, though. That's crazy.
I have 3.
That is crazy.
But they're all in different states.
That's crazy.
So they don't connect the dots.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't smile about that, but we talked about that. You know, we talked about it a little bit last night, me and you, about like my 20s were like alcohol fueled rage. Like it was just, that was my coping mechanism.
Me too, but like I learned my lesson when I crashed my car one time, and I got in trouble one time, and that was my learning lesson. Like that was it. But I didn't get in trouble. Like my mom wasn't mad. She was like upset and scared. Like she was like, oh my God, I'm so glad you're okay. Like I can't believe that happened. And she was like, I'm just like, it could have been so much worse. Like things could have been so much worse. Oh my God. Like I'm just so happy you're okay. And then she hugged me. And
yeah, you see, you got into a wreck. See, my DUI, I mean, and I'm not thinking about it. I only have 2 DUIs. One of them Jimmy was driving. I was supposed to be driving, but Jimmy said he drove. So he got that DUI. I got a minor intox. But the other 2 times, like the one time in Missouri, I was pulling out of the bar and fishtailed in the crossfire right in front of 2 cops because I was just trying to be cool. And Mike was like, "There's cops right there." It's like in mid fishtail. Cool. So I just pulled right over, and then the
Took
one
you
in
to jail.
And then the one in Indiana was, again, I just like literally left the social and they were like, he's leaving. Pulled me right over. Like, oh, I saw you left the bar. You been drinking?
That is so not okay.
That's how they do
called
it.
entrapment.
You would think, but they know better. It wasn't like right away. He followed me for 2 stoplights, even though I did everything right. And I said yes. I said, yes, I've been drinking, but I'm not intoxicated. Sure enough, I blew a .10 something or other. They're like, you're intoxicated, bud.
I may be in the minority. I believe that they should. I don't think drinking and driving is okay.
No, not anymore.
I'm not saying that I haven't-
Drinking and driving's okay either.
I'm not saying that I
don't think
haven't
they
done it.
should be able to park outside of a bar establishment.
I do.
And
I think they should
follow you.
do everything they can to stop people from getting behind the wheel, up to and including giving people a ride home. Like legit, like you have an option. You can ride in the back with hands free or in a cuff. I'll take you home.
They don't do that anymore because they got to get the money.
I agree, and that I do think that's wrong. But if that's
It's all about money now. That's the thing. It's not about serving the community. It's about
it's not.
it's about how can we
uphold the law.
rape you? How can we rape you and ticket fees and court fees and
I got problems with that.
ruin your life?
I got problems with that for sure.
It's not just a hey, you shouldn't do this anymore. It's a get ready to get fucked. And if you ain't got 10 grand,
Because it is money. It is. They
10
will
grand.
let you
It's
out.
minimum 10 grand for a DUI. Hands down. Yeah, that's about what it was in Indiana for getting rid of my DUI. With time, lawyer, court fees, bail, all that shit. It was about 10 fucking grand. You know, and how much we were again, I keep saying we were talking about this last night, but like DUIs now, like okay, when we were kids, it's not. I shouldn't say it was a little different, but like if you get a DUI now, you're a fuck, dude. You got a phone in your hand, and there's an app. There's 2 of them called Uber and Lyft. Very easy. Boop boop boop. Ride. And you guys tell me you don't have no money. You shouldn't have bought that last fucking round.
I don't.
I'm just saying it's stupid. DUIs now, you're an idiot. While we're doing the party bus thing on Blackout Wednesday.
DUIs when we were younger, we were idiots. There was a phone in the bar for a taxi.
Yeah, you could have just called a taxi. Yeah, but just the argument of now, it's so much. I mean, it's literally 2 taps. Boom, boom, and you have a ride.
Yeah, but there were bars back in the day that would call a cab for you.
I remember the social cabs just come. Yeah, I mean, I remember the cabs were always.
So it's not timing. It's just a little more maturity. Like it's a little more.
We took cabs a lot.
You grew up a little bit since then.
We took cabs a lot. Did you ever take cabs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we took cabs a lot, and it was the Jersey Shore time, so it was a fine to go cabs ahead, cabs. We always just do that shit.
Yeah. I took cabs a lot. I mean, especially after that happened. But there was a time I think a time for like, I don't want to say everybody, but like 75% of young people where like you get to this point where you're like, oh, I'm fine. Like
People handle their alcohol different.
like you think that you're okay, and like you make that mistake, and
I get it.
I feel like so many people make that mistake, and I personally still remember that night. I plan on leaving way earlier than I did. A lot of things led up to it. I'm not giving myself any excuse. I shouldn't have drove. But there were people that had actually taken my vehicle that night and left me at the bar, and I had to stay there longer than I had planned on.
Right.
And when they got back, I was like pissed off, and I was like, "Where were you guys? Like, what do you mean you just took my fucking car? Blah blah blah. Let's go. We're getting in the car. We're leaving right now." And like, I jumped in the front seat, and I made them get in the back seat, and I was driving home. You know what I mean? Like, I had even stopped at a store and saw a bunch of cops, and I was like talking to people. I left
Right,
again. I pulled out. I was driving around a corner, and they were being really loud. And I turned around, and I said, "Stop being loud." And as I turned around, I
Jerk the wheel.
jerked the wheel, and I hit a telephone pole. And I was going
You jerked
about
that wheel hard, Laura. Fuck.
I have said I have driven home before, like when the last drink kicks in while you're driving home, and where oh shit I messed up. You know what I mean?
I was about a block from my house, a block, and
Yeah, it's
Kids,
it
don't
is the
drink and
dumbest
drive. It's the
fucking thing.
don't do it.
It is the dumbest fucking thing, and it ruined my fucking 20s.
You kill somebody, it ruins your whole life.
right, and that's why, like I said, that
Or you kill you. You know, a lot of people.
It
die.
could have ruined a lot more. It could have ruined a lot more.
I had a buddy call me. I was sitting at home. I made it home for lunch, and he works in Marion, and he called. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
You've told this story.
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Go back in our episode. You can hear it.
it happens. It happens that fast where you're just not paying attention. And then, like I said, I don't condemn people that aren't maliciously doing it, but the ones that are getting behind the wheel, you know,
It's usually the alcoholics. It's usually the ones who go to the bar every single night and buy
not-
like 7 or 8 drinks. Those are the ones on the fucking road. And then one time they make a bad mistake. They fall asleep. Like that guy at the party the other night. Passing the fuck out.
Yeah, and you got mad at me because I tried to step in.
Yeah, but it's not our business. What are we going to do?
It's my business if he's on the road when I'm on the road.
Yeah, but and we asked him, you going to have a cab? He's like, oh, I drive it. It's like, okay.
How do I know that's true?
Well.
So I looked at the bartender and I said, "Don't let him drive."
And they served him more, I think.
it's crazy. I mean,
The bartender at first thought I was talking about Brandon, and he like stood back and looked at Brandon, and I was like, no, that guy.
Yeah, I had like one drink. I don't drink. I mean, really, if I go out drinking, it's not even going out drinking. It's going out hanging out with Laura. Like I have like one drink. Maybe we get there, water. Like maybe one drink, depending how long we stay. But it's no like drink. You know, I found out too. There's a study going around. Like younger kids, like are not drinking as much. They're smoking weed. Did you know that?
okay. I mean, I can find that
Like date
believable.
night is not like let's go have a drink. It's let's go smoke a joint somewhere.
Well, it's getting to be legal in so many places.
37 places to be exact.
I could see it, you know.
37
I would prefer to smoke
states.
to drink, but I can't, so I drink. And I don't drink that much. Like I said,
Well, that's what's so stupid, the stigma about it. It's like you could have you could be a mom and be drinking a fucking glass of wine or something and be like, "Oh, yeah, you need a break." Good for you, but if you're a mom, you smoke a joint, it's like, "What is wrong with you?"
what irritates me so bad about it is it's legal. I mean, like even the stuff at the gas station, you know,
The fake stuff?
Yeah, but it's still,
Delta 8 or whatever?
Yeah, but it still works.
It does
From what
work
I've been
from
told,
what
I don't.
heard,
I've
yeah.
I can honestly say I've never taken any of that. I don't know. I haven't messed with anything.
If you're not a Delta 9 or whatever regular THC smoker, I heard it does give you this little buzzy wuzzy.
I've heard that it's decent.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks about it is, once again, I'll get on a soapbox here. I can go out. I work Sunday to Thursday. I can get drunker than fuck on Saturday. We've all woke up the next morning where you're still drunk.
You can get drunk every day and go to work if you wanted to.
Right. But what I'm saying is, we've all woke up the next day and still been drunk. Or even when you're just really hungover, you're not most there. Or you can smoke weed and the next day you wake up and everything's just fucking normal. Mm-hmm. But because one stays in your system longer than the other, like, I get they don't want people doing stuff while they're at work.
Right.
I understand. And that pisses me off too.
Right.
Man, I used to get so pissed off at my buddies because they would be drinking at work or what. Motherfucker.
What? Drinking at work is wild, man.
Yeah, drinking it while you're at work or smoking on, while you're at work. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, we driving fork trucks and shit. Like, if somebody were
You
to
got to
get,
be clear-headed.
yeah. I mean, I don't think you should be taking fucking too much cold medicine and go to work, to be honest. Like, if you're impaired in anything, that's dumb. But what I do at home should not affect what I do at work. But because one stays in your system for a few hours versus one that stays in your system for fucking a month or whatever, I don't know, whatever it is, it's dumb. And you can buy both of them at the fucking gas station in Indiana.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry, it pisses me off. I get angry because
You're not allowed to take Delta 8 even though it's legal?
No, because it still shows up as THC.
Oh.
Can't do CBD.
That's what I don't understand is how is Indiana like differentiating like people they pull over to have. I mean, how can you tell if it's Delta 8 or Delta like regular weed?
Because the cops will never take you in for being high. They'll take you in for OWI.
No. Like, okay, so hypothetically, I go to the store and buy a big pack of Delta 8 marijuana. Like, you actually buy buds.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I have
sell it in the gas station.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
live.
I buy a bunch of buds and I have like a baggie of this, and then I get pulled over, and they smell it and they're like, "Well, what do you got in the car?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's legal. I just bought it at the gas station." Okay. So what? And now on this flip side, I go and buy weed from the dude in the corner. It's real shit, and I have the same thing. How can they tell? I mean, what's the differentiate? You have to take that lab test it, blah 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 blah. I mean, are they doing that? Are they pulling people over and lab testing every fucking piece of marijuana?
I don't know. I think it has to do with the original container. Because like even in states where it's legal,
You can't have it in like drivers.
right? You can't go to the store or whatever and buy whether it's actual weed or the gummies or any of it, and then put it in a Ziploc baggie and drive around with it. It still has to be in the original
I
container.
don't think that's true.
It is.
No, because you can grow your own weed.
But I still don't think you can.
You can grow your own weed. You can transport it. You can have up to in your possession like a certain amount of ounces. Every different states. Are different ounces.
It's probably different states too.
Every
but
state has its own little thing.
Some of the states.
But you can grow your own weed if you have a prescription card for it.
No,
Not anymore.
Colorado, you
Some
can
of
grow
them-
like 4
yeah.
fucking plants, no problem, recreational. I think more. Like each state has its guidelines, but
Right.
Michigan, you can grow recreational. You can just grow outside your backyard. No one can say a word.
What is it?
As long as you're under the plant count, you're in legality.
There for a while, you had to be like 5 plants or less.
Yeah, and most
And I'm
states
sure
do
it's-
limit it. Yeah, because they don't want you having like 30 fucking marijuana plants in
Right,
your
'cause
backyard.
you're not going to use that much for personal
Yeah,
use.
yeah. You're definitely doing some shady shit.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania, it was like, I think my cousin said you're allowed to have up to like 5 plants.
They couldn't even grow. They weren't even allowed to smoke marijuana or like actual leaf marijuana for a while. They just became recreational. Did you know that?
Well, I think Joy said something like a couple years ago to me about you're allowed to like grow up to
For
like
medical?
5 plants.
I thought they had some stipulation where they didn't have leaves, like actual marijuana. I don't know. I could be wrong. Either way, it's crazy.
I could be wrong
It's
too.
more
but
than
I don't know why it's in my head that she specifically said something to me about she could grow up to 5 plants.
I'm gonna tell you right now, growing marijuana is not easy. It is a lot cheaper just to go to the store. Like if you're just trying to grow like 5 plants, it ain't worth it. I'll tell you that
honestly,
right now.
I never grew any.
Yeah.
I haven't messed with any legitimately for fucking years.
It's so much work. 5 plants would give you not enough payout. Unless you like are barely smoke weed, you know what I mean? Like if you take like a hit a night, you could probably get by with 5 plants. Just
Really?
keep going.
Well, it's all supposed to be just medicinal, so that's like really
Not anymore. It's full on
Well, yeah,
recreational
Red.
now.
28 of them
I
are
was
recreational.
Saying like what she was talking about, like that's
Yeah,
What
Pennsylvania
for?
was medicinal. Now they're rec.
right. That's what she was telling me when it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. We follow.
Indiana, it's still you're allowed to do hemp and CBD, right? But you're not allowed to do anything.
Yeah, but they were trying to outlaw that Delta 8 too. I don't know if they ever did.
Last I knew, that was on the docket. But everything's been on the docket forever. And what they end up doing, who knows?
They're trying to outlaw shit now.
Always. Now, right after they voted in that Ohio thing, the governor was like, "We need to re-talk about this." It's like, what? They just voted it in.
What are you talking about?
Ohio voted in recreational marijuana, and the governor came out and was like, "I think we need to have different guidelines." I think I think we need to change what you guys voted.
It's so stupid.
It is very stupid. It's wondering like how these guys get reelected over and over.
It cracks me up. I mean, I get it. It's not for everybody. And I still worry about people being under the influence of it while they're driving. I do think that
I'd rather somebody be on weed than a fucking 6 drinks in.
Yeah, I would rather someone
all day.
Or just flat tired.
No.
Like someone who's been up for fucking 36 hours and still driving. I think
that's more dangerous than drinking.
The guy who hit me this past year,
he was on drugs.
Was quote unquote, according to the cop, tired.
He was on some kind of medication.
He was never tested. Nothing. He was slurring his words like a motherfucker, and all they said was that I sounded normal and he sounded tired.
But that's the only hang up with it all is that how do you test for marijuana in the moment?
You don't. That's the point. Marijuana doesn't affect you like that. In my opinion.
Yes, it does.
Not everybody, dude.
If you get high, then you're impaired. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point.
That's the thing about marijuana, man. It affects everybody different. That's why there's no gauge on being able to tell how much you're on. Because you could smoke a joint, or I can smoke a joint, and it might be different effects.
For sure.
That one joint might mess you up to oblivion, and that one joint might not do...
Same with alcohol.
Do anything with it.
But you're still impaired.
No, I disagree.
You're going to say that when you're high, you're not impaired.
I'm going to say you're impaired.
He's saying that he might not get high.
No. I'm not talking about I'm talking about when you get high. When you're officially high, like as soon as you catch a buzz, you are.
But like Willie Nelson, for example, or like Snoop Dogg. You think they're catching a fucking buzz like that?
I'm not.
But when they do,
Well, I'm not saying the amount that it takes to get them there. I'm saying that they're high still. Just because they function 98% of the time that high doesn't mean they're not impaired from when they're not.
I don't know.
That being said, everybody's different. I know people that can drink a case of fucking beer and you would never know it. Yet if I drink 2 beers too fucking fast, I'm like, woo, you know?
Yeah.
So
I just feel like when you're talking about impaired and marijuana, it's like a tough... If that's pass interference, that's going to be some horse shit. They keep calling pass interference on the Lions, dude.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So that is a tricky subject. But moral of the story is I want to smoke weed. I just can't. 'Cause I'm not going to lose my job over it.
Yeah.
That's what's stupid, too.
You're a
He's
good
losing your
adult.
job.
You're a good adult.
Yeah, it's not hard to be an adult. It just sucks.
Yeah. I agree.
If it was, like I said, if they ever legalize it, my job better be worried. And if my job ever says, we don't care anymore, then the cops, I'm right here. It won't be hard to find me. I can't fight the law and risk my job. One or the other? Sure. I don't give a fuck.
I fought the law and the law won.
If Indiana, I say this all the time, I tell my boss, I tell all my coworkers, if Indiana legalizes it, I will work at fucking McDonald's.
Why?
So I can smoke weed. I think it would help me calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
From way back in the day.
Or it'll go the opposite way, and you will get so fucking paranoid.
If it's not against the law, what do I got to be paranoid about?
Right.
I don't give
Never
a fuck.
mind then. You're right.
When I was young, I was always afraid of getting caught. If it's not against the law, it's like getting caught fucking your wife. Like, mind your own
cares?
business.
Right.
It's my wife.
Right.
My wife?
My wife. Get off your phone, Brandon.
I'm just checking
It's
out
like
my
one
bets.
time I had a glass of wine at lunch.
My bets.
And then I had to remind myself that it is okay that I had one glass of wine at lunch. That's perfectly normal and perfectly okay.
But if you had one joint at lunch, Laura, better not. You're impaired.
See, this dickhead never listens to what's said. He just twists it into something stupid.
I fought the law and the law won. Yo, Oh, keeping them out of the end zone.
Anyhow, yes. If on my day, like when we went to last Friday, we all went out to meet up for lunch. Yeah, we had a drink. There's nothing wrong with a
We didn't
drink.
get invited, but that's okay.
I had to like remind myself because sometimes I'll get like really nervous when I like drive because of like
Yeah.
my anxiety, and I have to tell myself like, you are 34 years old. It is perfectly legal for you to have had one glass of wine with your meal. It is perfectly legal. Yeah. Like, you are fine. You are fine. Stop. Stop being so freaking paranoid.
Damn it.
It's fine.
It is fine. Paranoia
Will destroy you.
will destroy ya. Paranoia will destroy ya. It's 31-31. Like, holy a fudge stick.
31-30.
31-30.
They're going to score. Don't you worry. It's cray, man.
16 plays, 75 yards. 8.
That was the Chargers. I really need like Sam Laporta to score and like I almost said Justin Timberlake. I need Jared Goff to score one more passing touchdown. Go like this. Just like
Did you work
that.
this week?
Yeah.
Where'd
I
you
work every week.
Where'd you work?
Places. My refrigerator. Out here.
Gotcha.
In my pants.
You did go somewhere.
Yeah, I did.
Did you find a house yet?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, we're under contract again.
That's good.
We might flip this one, though, but we'll see.
Nice.
We'll see. We'll run the numbers, baby. Laura hates it. She thinks it's a horrible idea.
To
No,
flip
I
it?
don't. I just think that you're going against what you said you were originally setting out to do.
Yeah. Sometimes plans change. Sometimes you realize that it could take you 13 years to make the same amount it could take you to make it 6 months.
Okay.
Laura's so sweet in negotiations. It's like the house for 80. She's like, offer him 80. We're like, no, we're gonna offer him 60. She's like, no, give him like 75. No, we're gonna give him 60.
We're not buying something from our friend. We're trying to.
You know, fuck them, man. Let them counter. They did. And they countered good. It was
I
good
believe
counter.
I said offer them.
I'm exaggerating. I know what you actually said. A few thousands off, but
Like 10,000 off.
what'd you say? 70?
Yeah, she was asking for like 78, and I said
78,
offer
9.
70. And
We were gonna offer 60, but we came in at 65.
Then what was the counter offer?
69.
Pretty decent.
Pretty good because we were expecting like a 70.
Yeah.
In the 70s offer, and she's like 69 with like contingencies. So like, wow, this woman really wants to get rid of this house. So either we're walking into a ticking time bomb that we don't see, or she really ran out of money. That's the only two scenarios. Like she just either found something that we can't see on surface, and that's why they just stopped working, because it's a house that is like halfway through a rehab. Like a lot of money, new windows, new flooring, like joist repaired.
Just stopped.
Yeah.
Like everything's just stopped.
Brand new electrical all throughout the house, but none of the electricals, like not none. There's a lot of the electrical is just like not finished. It's just like the wires hanging there. It's so weird. It's just, and like drywall's been done, windows. And it's just like, yo, I ran out of money.
Is that what they say?
You can't find it in, you know what I mean? Like I found a little, it's an investor out of Georgia. This lady out of Georgia. She doesn't own anything else in Kokomo. So she probably just bought the house. In 2021, she bought it for $31,000. She probably sank a good 40 fucking grand in that house. 30, 40 grand. She put it on the market in July for 114. We got it under contract for 69. So I'm assuming she's either breaking even or making a few thousand.
Oh, yeah.
You know. But we'll see, man. We'll see, dude. We'll see how this works out.
We'll see, man.
We'll see, man. Because if it doesn't work out, that'll be the third one we put under contract, and it just didn't go. I'm over it. I'm gonna give up.
Where's it at?
Downtown Kokomo, North Side.
Your mom's house.
Ooh, as BJ said, you got roasted, man.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that from the nice one.
Yeah, girl, that's my girl over there. She's so cute and pretty. She roasted you. Roasted. A good old chestnuts on the open fire, they say. Your chestnuts. Chestnuts.
Okay.
Boobies.
I got it.
Lord.
Cheese nuts. Oh.
These chestnuts.
What about that? What about that cook on the chick cook on the below deck? You can suck my dick.
What?
Dude, when chicks say suck my dick, it's the funniest thing ever. You can suck my big fat clit dick. I mean,
Eat my pussy.
she does say shit like that. It's wild. She's fucking kosher.
Below deck. That's that
That's that stupid below deck show
where they have the.
where they go below deck.
It's that below deck show.
Where they go below the deck.
I am finding more and more
It's a
Shane.
yacht
Is it
show.
Shane McGillis? Is that how you say his name? Shane Gillis?
Obviously, if you don't know what you're
I
talking
don't
about.
know his fucking name. Who am I talking about?
Yeah, you're talking about him, dude. What do you
Shane
mean?
Gillis.
Is it Gillis?
You're telling the story,
He's
not me.
funnier than shit. I'm really digging his comedy.
Shane Gillis.
Everybody should model like to be like him. But they need to make more
Shane
Jewish jokes.
Gillis. Shane Gillis.
I'm starting to like him. He's pretty funny.
I'm starting to see this podcast about to end. Laura's repeating herself quite
I'm trying to
a
think
bit.
of who Shane Gillis is.
We
Can
just watched the
He's
fucking
the-
special about the SEAL team.
Oh, the Navy SEAL. Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
the Navy SEAL. Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
I'm seeing more and more of his clips. Like I can't wait for another special or to see like more sets of his. It's pretty
He's
fun.
so funny.
Watch
I
him on
really
Tony
like that
Hinchcliffe.
joke.
Watch him on Kill Tony.
Was he on Kill Tony?
He's on Kill Tony a lot. He's on the Skank sometimes. He's on Joe Rogan a lot.
Who's on
the
Joe-
Protect the Parks. He's on Protect the Parks all the time.
Okay. I
Watch
don't
Protect
listen
the
to-
Parks.
I don't listen to podcasts, bud.
Dude, you need to start, bro. You need to get on that podcast train. Woo, woo.
I don't have time.
Oh my gosh, I don't have time. What do you do when you're taking a shit? Scroll on your phone mindlessly.
Yeah, but I don't take.
Perfect time to listen to podcasts on 2 times speed. You can at least fit 3 in. You shit for an hour and a half, right?
Every day, at least. Once in the morning,
Do you
once in the afternoon.
listen to things when you're going to the bathroom, or do you have your phone on quiet and like you just scroll and like do things?
Oh, I'm watching TikToks for sure.
He's
Is
watching
it
porn.
on loud though, or is it on
Yeah,
quiet?
I don't give a shit. I'm in a public bathroom. I'm listening to TikToks, laughing my ass off.
Yo, public
So
bathrooms be
weird.
wild, man. Why? Because Laura hates it. I'll be on the toilet and I'll just be like scrolling through TikToks.
Laughing.
Yeah, she'll be like, it's so fucking loud.
Oh my gosh!
I
you
can
guys
hear the
are
titties bouncing.
So rude. so that is what you're doing in there. I knew there was a reason why your algorithm puts it on
Oh my
there.
god, Laura, that was a joke.
It's not a joke. It's for real.
No, I don't watch that stuff.
That's your algorithm right now telling you here's more titties.
I got enough titties to deal with at home. Dude, I was doing it from behind last night. I forgot how good she looks from behind. Good looking girl.
You keep saying
Big
that,
old
and it
ass.
makes me wonder what I look like while I'm normally standing here. Like
Good
am I
too, but like we haven't done it from behind in a while. I forgot that view was also pleasurable.
Sometimes I can attest. Sometimes you're like rolling your
that's
eyes
right.
back
That's
and you
not
don't
important.
pay attention because that's not really something to focus on all the time. And then you get a look and you're like, yeah, I forgot.
I forgot how beautiful this
I can
was
vouch for
back
him on that
here.
one. That's happened.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yo, if the Lions win, then my bet will pay off.
How much?
$85
$85.
on a $3 bet.
Usually on your $3 bets, it's like $17,000.
Yeah, dude, I've been doing some wild parlays. I've been getting close too. Like I had this parlay earlier. It was $1.
What's a parlay? Just so I know.
It's just a bunch of legs.
Just so I know. Just so I know. You already know. He's
A
gonna explain
parlay
to
would
me.
be like, okay, so like you're gonna pick a bunch of different situations that have to happen.
I got you.
And they all have to happen to
So you
hit.
have to get all the sequences.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
I had like a 14 leg parlay, and it was like, if you bet $10, it would have paid out like $174,000. So I bet $1, so it paid out 17 grand. I didn't hit it though, but one of these days, dude.
You got to pick better parlays.
Well, I
But
mean,
that's-
hey, I might have an $88 parlay, and that's going to keep me alive because I told myself I'm down to $3, and I told myself no more deposits. So this will keep me in the game, baby.
How much have you put into it?
All together? I don't know because I'm even.
He's never going to answer that with me in the room.
No, we went over my numbers the other day.
No.
I think the
You went
total-
over fake numbers that you told me I just had this one thing. I put in $5 in the beginning and then they gave me this $200 that they gave me. I didn't put any money in.
I move money in and out. When I win, I move it out. So when I want to bet again, I was moving it in. And then so like all to go, it said I deposited like $600 something. But again, that's winnings that I've deposited back in. And it says I've won like 900. So I'm up.
Okay.
And this last time I just had an $80 win and I just kept it in the account and I've been playing off that. And I'm down to 3.
Okay.
I haven't won one bet.
I'm not asking
I'm a good
to judge.
10% winner. I win 10% of the time.
I'm
every
not asking
time.
to judge you. I'm asking because I'm thinking about doing it.
We could have had
It's fun.
$1,000 almost.
For what?
You had $900 in winnings.
No, I had $300 in winnings.
You had $900 that you've in all deposited.
No, I deposited 600. Total winnings 900. Like not like total. No,
Total winnings $900.
no, I don't think it worked. I don't think that's what it means. I think like,
I think that's what it means.
well, I bet a lot then.
Yeah.
But I haven't been. No, that can't be right. Everybody keeps texting me, "Let's go Lions." Let's go Lions. I was like, BJ, who's gonna win today? The Lions or Chargers? Because Chargers are get the fuck out of my house.
He goes, I'm sorry. It just sounded good. I didn't mean it.
All right, it's been super fun, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to finish this game because it's very close. We appreciate you joining us today. It's been an interesting conversation today. Not so much of the funnies, but more of a in-depth talk about the devil's lettuce.
Talked a little bit. We got to have those too. It's fun to talk.
Title.
I thought we had a guest.
When?
Didn't you say?
Nope, I did not.
He said he wants you to bring on a guest.
Yeah,
I
I've been
know, but
asking you. I've been asking you for like weeks, dude.
Last week when Jordan was here.
Yeah, well, we don't talk about that. We appreciate you listening to Jordan's episode. That was pretty fun. That was cool. Appreciate the love and support for the Kokomo Press. Go check them out. Sooner or later, Adam's going to contribute to this podcast and bring on a guest. I'm
Maybe
hoping.
I can bring on a guest.
It's just going to be a chick.
Maybe I'll bring on a guy.
The two.
Well, guys, excuse me.
Maybe my friend's husband.
No. Why would you bring? That's inappropriate. Okay?
Ooh,
Inappropriate.
you don't have to put up with that. It's 2023. You're
This
allowed
is
to
a-
vote.
This is the 28 Laws of Power. I didn't mean to hit that button.
Oh, we're still on.
Are we?
I don't know. Did you hit the button?
Maybe. Laura's taking her headphones off.
I was too. You hit
Laura, I love you. You are my queen.
28 laws of power, my pussy.
That's the only fucking power I need.
the only-
Pussy power.
the.
My pussy.